Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my try chapter, June 22. So I've got 6 books, all different genres, some that I'm wondering whether I'm going to like. So this is going to be done like vlog style. I've got, today's like the first day they've gone back to school, so I've got my pages for the Percy Jackson book to finish, which you'll see how I rated that in my next video, which will be my wrap-up part 2. And I've got another couple of books to finish. I'm reading The Boy Who Followed His Father to Auschwitz, so that's got to be done. So I've got to read that, but I've got 6 books to show you, and they're ones that I'm desperate to know if I'm going to like them. Some I'm more excited about than others, but straight away, obviously, I want you to, once you've done, because it's done vlog style, and I'll be doing like clips of how I'm doing as I'm going along. Let me know once I've shown you the 6 books, which books you think I'll be hauling and which books you think I'll be unhauling. I'm dying to know how many of you get it right again. Sometimes you will get it right, sometimes it's hit and miss. Sometimes you guys pick a book that I'm going to keep, sometimes you guys pick a book that I'm going to unhaul, but I keep it and then I wish I would have unhauled. So I kind of really should really listen to you guys anyway. Anyway, enough rambling. The first one I'm going to be doing is Holy Falls by Joanne Harris. Now, I am loving the the Chocolat series, but her other books are a bit hit and miss, and I've heard mixed things about this book. Who was it? Nikki from Red Dot Reads didn't like it. I think she unhauled it, but someone has liked it. So I've got a lot of this author's works on my shelves, and I know Charlie from Charles Heathcote absolutely loves this author's work, but this is just the one that's been on my shelves for a while, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. So this is set in 17th century France against a backdrop of witch trials, regicide, religious frenzy, and this is the story of Juliet, a one-time actress and rope dancer. Forced by circumstance to seek refuge with Fleur, her young daughter, in the remote abbey of Saint-Marie de la Mer, Juliet reinvents herself as a Sir Augustus under the tutelage of the kind abbess. But times are changing after the murder of Henry IV, and it becomes a catalyst to a massive upheaval in France. Hope I'm going to like this, but you never know. It's been on my shelves a while. Now, the next one is a one I bought ages ago at a charity shop for like 20p. I loved one of this author's work, and I think this is one I need to get off my bum to read. So it's one that I'm quite excited about, and this is Lies We Tell Ourselves by Robin Talley. This is an LGBTQ+ book, but it's a YA book, and I've been a bit hit and miss with YA. Even though she's a girl, even though she's coloured, I want to keep kissing Sarah forever. And this is set in 1959, so it's historical fiction actually. And it's Sarah's first day at school as one of the first black students at a previously all-white Jefferson High. No one wants Sarah there, not the governor, not the teachers, and certainly not the students. Especially Linda, daughter of the town's ardent segregationists. Sarah and Linda are supposed to despise each other, but the more time they spend together, the less their differences matter. And both the girls start to feel something they've never felt before. This is apparently an old library book, but it looks good. I need to get off my bum and read it. I've had it on my shelves for a while, so I need to get off my bum and read it. So I think this is going to be the inspiration. Next book was kind of a gift, but one that's been on my shelves for a while, and I'm hoping the person... And if I like it, I've got to let Gemma know, Gemma from Read a Book Gem know, because again, it's been on my shelves for ages, but nothing's drawn me to it, so I need to get off my bum and decide if it's going to read it. It's another historical fiction, but this is set in Sicily in the 1950s, still haunted by the memories of fascism and the war. The last prince of Lampedusa, Giuseppe Tomasi, struggles to complete his only novel, The Leopard. And it's Tomasi, the veteran of previous war, while his wife Alessandra, living in exile in her native Latvia, is absorbed into the Soviet Union. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but I'm hoping I'm going to like this. I've got to read more pages of it to get it to like a chapter break, so this will give me an idea. The next one was another charity shop buy that was like 20 odd p or something, but it's one that I've liked this author's work. This is Anna McPartlin's Below the Big Blue Sky, but this is apparently supposed to be a tearjerker, so I need to get it off my shelves. There's no family quite like the Hayes. When the youngest daughter, Rabbit, dies at age just 40, they're overcome by grief. Despite the squabbles, the family know the only way they'll get through this is together. Without her beloved mother, 12-year-old Bunny is adrift. Without Rabbit, there's no Bunny. Even surrounded by noise and chaos in the haze, she still feels lost and alone. emotional book. This could be, again, I'm not, something's stopped me from reading it, so I need to know. The next one was a £1 buy from a charity, from the pound shop when we were in the first, no, one of the lockdowns. I think it was the second lockdown, but it was like, it was only £1. I wanted an excuse to buy a book, and this is The Cornish Coast Murder by John Bood. So it's a thriller, I think it's a mystery book, but again, nothing's been drawing me to it. It was the one I bought because it was a cover by, it looked quite pretty. Never in the most optimistic moments had he visualised a scene of nature. Himself, in a one-arm armchair, and a police officer in another, and between them a mystery. So I don't know, that's a bit of a random one. And then last but not least, I've got one of Dorothy Comson's original books before she was more of a thriller writer. This was when she was a contemporary writer. This is Marshmallows for Beginners, for Breakfast. Can a Stranger Heal Your Heart? Kendra Tamale has found 2 reasons to face up to her past. When Kendra Tamale returns to England from Australia, she rents a room from Kyle, a separated father of 2, and begins a new job. She's looking forward to a fresh start and a simple life. And then Kyle's 6-year-old twins, Summer and Jackson, have other ideas and quickly adopt Kendra as their new mother, mainly because she lets them eat marshmallows for breakfast. Don't know if I've read this, but it's been on my shelves a while, so I need to get it off my shelves. Hoping I like it. So, that's it. That's the 6 books. How do you think I'm going to do? Before I do anything else, I'm going to go and do a little bit of housework. Then I'm going to do one of the try chapters, probably Holy Falls, before I read my other book. Today it's going to be... really is going to be done vlog style, because I've got to read bits of this, do housework, make lunch, do everything, because the kids are back at school. Came back to school yesterday, so got lots to do. Anyway, the next clip will be after. Let you know how I did on Holy Falls, I think. But yeah, what ones do you think I'm going to keep? Which ones do you think I'm going to unhaul? Let me know down below. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye. So I read my pages for Holy Falls, and it's no surprise it's an unhaul. I kind of thought it might be, because it's just not grabbed me. Like, I read about 20 to 30 pages, and it's just not like the writing of Chocolat, where I get inspired by the characters and I want to pick it up. But it just didn't grab me, so that's going to be my first unhaul. I'm going to be reading the Robin Talley historical fiction book soon, but I've got to go and read my pages for the Percy Jackson book, which I'm nearly finished and I'm bloody loving. So I'm going to go and read that. My phone's on charge, which is why you've got it here, but I'm going to sit in the garden while the sun's out and go and read that. But yeah, first one I tried to read and it was just not for me, so nah, unhaul. Sorry, Charlie. Hi, so I thought I'd do my clip for today for this book outside my beautiful flowers, because getting some sunshine in, and I read it out in the sun. Lies We Tell Ourselves by Robin Talley is definitely a keep. In fact, this is going to be one I'm going to read at the end of this month for Pride Month, and I think it would be perfect for Pride Month. It's just such a good book already. Like, it's not just about Pride, but it's also about the fact that the racism that was happening. This is about the integration of the black children into the white schools, and how hard that was. And already it's very hard hitting. Like, literally the first few pages, I've read about 20 to 30 pages of this already, and it really is talking about how it was when different people went into a different school, you know, and what it was like for those people, those girls, those children, how they stuck together, and how even the teachers were prejudiced. And it's hard hitting. It's going to be very hard hitting, but it's one that I think is going to be perfect to read this month. So I'm so glad I did try a chapter on this, and this is definitely a keep. Now I'm going to go and do some hoovering. If I can get time, I'm going to quickly try and read another try chapter, but I think I'm going to do it in a different order actually, and do a try chapter on a different book next, because the Lampedusa one that I was going to read next is quite a lot of pages, and I want to try and get 3 done before lunch and 3 done after lunch. So I'm going to swap it around and read a different book next. I think I'm actually going to read my mystery book actually. I think that's going to be the next one I'm going to read, and swap it around. So let's go and do some housework. But look, the sun's out and look, I'm loving it. I was debating whether I put the washing on the line today, but I'm glad I did, and hoping it stays nice. So let's go and do some housework quickly. So, bye-bye. Still out in the garden. I've read a chapter of Cornish Coast Murder. Nope. Another one that I was predicting would not be a keep, and it's not a keep. It's some of the way they would talk about the kids in this, like, oh, you know, we treat an epidemic as a like a great thing. I think this was written obviously before COVID, But the fact that an epidemic of like flu and that would keep the kids quiet, and that was like set at like a boarding school or something. But obviously because of what we've just been through and a pandemic and what that did and how kids were too quiet, it's not my kind of thing. It's like a murder mystery, but it's very old fashioned and very old man's kind of style writing, and it's not for me one diddly bit. On the other hand, just a quick cheaty. Yeah, I'm going to finish this today. The Boy Who Followed His Father to Auschwitz. Which I'm loving, and the fact that the writing's amazing, but it's very hard hitting. So I'm literally going to go on a contemporary binge after this, because I'm just going to need to be really like tomorrow. I just think I'm just going to stick to contemporaries because that is very, 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 very hard hitting. Anyway, that's enough for this morning. I'm now going to go and make some lunch, and then I've got the last 3 books to read this afternoon before the kids get home. So I want to crack on and have some lunch. Anyway, see you all soon. Believe it or not, time has passed. I have actually read my pages for Below the Big Blue Sky. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure. This is another one of those ones every month where I go, not sure about whether to haul or unhaul it, to read that or not read it. It's definitely emotional. Like, it's about, like, at the start of this book, a girl dies from cancer. And she's the youngest daughter of 3 siblings, which you guys know affects me. And she has got a daughter that's just that is now going to live with her uncle. And yeah, we've just found out it's to do with the BRCA2 gene. Now, I don't know whether I am going to read this, because certain things are just feeling a little bit too much for me. There is a bit about the youngest child who is on the big sister of the woman who's died, who is apparently overweight, and the comments that are being said about that by one of the other siblings is upsetting me a little bit, and I don't know if it's going to be fat phobic, and that worries me a little bit. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that one. I think this is going to be one of those books that I'm going to think about, see how I feel about the other books, and you know I don't tend to like to keep too many, so I'm going to see how I do with the other books and see how the neighbours' dogs are barking. Now, I thought I was going to go straight into reading my Auschwitz pages, but I'm going to read the pages for Lampedusa now. Then I'm going to do a bit of hoovering. I've already had lunch, I've got washing today, I've sorted out some washing, I've got hoovering today, so I've got lots to get done. I'm going to read the pages for this now and see whether this is for me, and really think about that book. I'll speak to you all soon. So, this is definitely an unhaul. I haven't even read, I've read about 20 pages and it is not getting me. There are no frigging speech marks. That is a big bugbear for me, and that is really, really getting to me. And I'm not connecting. It's one that's been on my shelves for a while, and do you know what? It's not connecting with me. It's the no speech marks is a big bugbear for me, and it's definitely an unhaul. This is probably one of the quickest books that I was probably expecting to unhaul, so I'm not really devastated. I've got the last contemporary, which is the Dorothy Coomson, which I'm going to read soon. I'm just going to go and get on with a bit of housework. I'm still thinking about an Annette McPartlin book, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that one. Maybe this book will I only keep 1 or 2, so if that happens, that happens. So I don't know yet. So anyway, I'll see you all soon. And then when I do that, then I'll do my wrap up. So I'll have to put a bit of makeup on because I don't like wrapping up like this. Hi guys, so I'm going to wrap this video up now and say that I've already read this. I can't remember when, but it's obviously before BookTube because I've got it as unread on my Goodreads thing, but I've read it and I'm not interested in reading it. So that is just definitely an unhaul. It's an alright book, but I much prefer Dorothy Coomson as a as a thriller writer. She is a lot better as a thriller writer. So that is another book to unhaul. So I have been thinking about Below the Big Blue Sky, and I'm going to take a risk on it. It is a big book, but I think the chapters seem to be quite short, the type setting is quite big, and although it is for nearly 500 pages, the speed I'm reading it this month, to be honest, I should be able to crack it on with it. I'm going to read this in the second half of the month. So after you see my wrap up part 1, I will be starting this book. And I'm obviously going to start the Robin Talley book, although the Robin Talley book is the one I will probably prioritise because that's the one I'm most excited about. So out of 6 books, I've only kept 2, which is quite a disappointing start rating for the way I'm doing. But the Robin Talley one is the one I'm most excited about, and I'm glad I'm going to get to this big blue sky, below the big blue sky. I think it should be all right. It is going to be a tear joker. It is going to make me upset, but at the same breath, I think it's going to be quite an interesting one. So it's one I've not been able to stop thinking about since I tried it. So that's it, guys. I have done my try chapter this month, and this month has been my definite one that I've got 4 on hold. But hey ho, that's the way it goes. If there are any if there's any of these you want to know a bit more about, let me know. I really am hoping, obviously you'll see in the second, in my wrap up part 2, what I thought of these books, and I'm hoping there's certainly a surprise one out in there. The Lies We Tell Ourselves is definitely looking the one I'm really excited about the most. But guys, how did you do on your predictions? Did you guess correctly or did you guess incorrectly? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.